YouTube. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Uh, this is Trucker Ab-du-llah. Say it with me. Ab-du-llah. Yeah, you reached the Trucker Ab-du-llah channel. And on this channel right here is where I give you my real life journey on coming from the bottom all the way to the top, because that's where I'm going to the top, and I got that kind of confidence, that I'm going to the top, God willing. And if you feeling like that, go on and smash that like button. I need you to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button also, because what you're getting here is nothing but positive vibes. You're getting real vibes. Some of my experiences gonna coming through on my journey. I'm gonna be documenting this. You dig? So, and I need your support, and I appreciate my new subscribers also. I appreciate you all. I need your support, and hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel and hitting that bell right there, that bell bling. And so the title of this video is Goodbye Carolina Cargo. And man, yep, it's over with, baby. I shot the video about the company. I shot the video about the money that you can make, and now it's over with. And so I want to start off by saying my experience doesn't necessarily have to be your experience. So I'm just giving you kind of like my experience of with the company or whatnot. So one of the reasons I left is the main reason I left is this, and this is something that you need to understand, is that the company is based out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. And if you don't have a car or something, if you don't live in Carolina, in the Carolinas, or in Georgia somewhere like a few hours away from the terminal, where you could just jump in your car and just get to the terminal. They only have one terminal. So if you don't have like transportation to get there, you're gonna spend a couple dollars. I live in Florida. I live all the way in Florida. So what I had to do was, my last time I went home, it's a team driving company. So my partner, he actually went home before me, and he lives in the Carolinas. He drove his car down like 5 hours, and so I stayed a few days and I drove solo. Did a couple of runs for him, moving some trailers around the region. And when I got back to the yard, it was time for me to go home. I had different financial goals than my partner. I had to catch an Uber from Rock Hill, South Carolina to Charlotte, North Carolina airport. And I know some of y'all might be like, yeah man, you could have caught the bus, it would have been cheaper. Yeah man, but not necessarily. Like from where I live at in Florida, on a bus from Rocket, you got to go to Charlotte regardless. And where I live at, it was kind of like, man, like it still ended up being around the same amount of money. And I got home in a few hours, versus, the 2 days on the bus, you know what I'm saying? And so anyway, I had to catch an Uber, pay for the Uber. Then bought a plane ticket. Tickets are reasonable coming out of Charlotte to Florida. You have this airline called Frontier. They're pretty reasonable, and but you have to pay for baggage. And also American Airlines, they have some rates coming out. But and let me back up a little bit. I also, another time I went home, another time they gave me a ride to Atlanta, Georgia, and I have some family that lives in Atlanta, and I ended up catching, one of my cousins took me to the airport the next day in Atlanta, and I flew down to Miami for $47. So that was kind of cool. But this particular time, that wasn't what was going on. This particular time, I had to find my way home. So I ended up catching an Uber. And, that costed a couple dollars, like $60 from Rock Hill to Charlotte Airport. And then I bought the ticket. I was like $120 plus the baggage, about 40 more bucks. So we had like 170, $180. Then I caught from the airport. I had to catch I caught a late flight, so I didn't want to call anyone. So I ended up catching an Uber home. We're talking about another $40. So with me, it was like, dang man, like my cost as far as getting home, I gotta look at this as my bottom line. Me myself, I gotta look at myself and treat myself as a business. And I look at my bottom line, like, man, like, is this really like worth it? Like, on the other side of that, they do this thing at Carolina Cargo where they have one check in the hole, kind of like. Excuse me. So you have to drive at least. You have to drive across the country to get that check that's in the hole. And you have to, it's like that, where it's always like that, where you're always chasing that check that's in the hole. So this particular time, I came home and then I still had a check that was in the hole. So I couldn't get that check like a normal job. And, I stayed home a little longer than planned. And to be honest with you, man, that was kind of like a deal breaker. Just all in all, me spending my money and, like that to get home. And, that was kind of like, that drew the line. I have a different family situation dynamic than probably some other people. And I just didn't like the fact that, but that's not to say that, that won't be your situation. You may live somewhere within the vicinity, a few hundred miles away from the facility, where you could, actually get to and from, or catch the bus and get there, or whatever, It may be a different situation for you. Part two, another reason what really was a deal breaker is that my wife and I wanted to spend the summer together. We wanted wanted to spend some time together. You know, when you choose this career as a trucker, man, it's like this. You sacrifice making a good living, but it's a lot of sacrifices, comfortability that you sacrifice to be able to, you know, to make that living. And a lot of us that are in these situations that you know, that drive trucks. I know I'm speaking for me. I don't have no college degree. You know, I don't even want to. I don't even really know how many times failing. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, I'm from the other side. You did. So you know, like it ain't really. You know, I'm not going to be to work at Microsoft today. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in my mid-30s. You dig? So I mean, I'm not going to. Yeah, it ain't happening. I'm not going to do pre-med today. You know, I probably could. You know, go and be some sort of doctor and or some sort of lawyer or something. Maybe not criminal law, but I could pursue that if I put my mind to it. But me myself, you know, right now I'm just like, man, I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice, you know, a few years to obtain some investment capital so I can retire myself. I can set myself up to, you know, to be comfortable, set my family up to be, you know, in a different situation. You did? Well, I don't have to, you know, worry about, you know, the popos or the jack boy or, you know, all this kind of stuff, man. You know, you know what I'm saying? So, but back to the topic at hand. You know, we wanted to spend some time together because, like I said, you know, you sacrifice so much, man. I got a daughter, you know, and you sacrifice so much, and to be out here, and you know, so we wanted to spend the summer together and travel a little bit, you know. So, and with Carolina Cargo, that wasn't the situation. Like I wouldn't be able to bring her along. They don't have a rider policy. They have a team policy where they run teams. So that kind of like, that was something that we discussed, me and her discussed, like, dang, you know, and so we started looking at some other options, and that would allow us to go out on vacation together, you know, see the United States and get paid at the same dang time. You did? And that was something that we looked at that Carolina Cargo couldn't offer. It couldn't offer us. I say us because, you know, it is a team effort. It's not just about me, you know what I'm saying? Just like if you got a significant other, if you don't have nobody, then, you know, it's just you. But, you know, if you got a significant other, you know, it takes somebody that's, you know, your better half, you know, she gonna have to be on beat with you, or this ain't gonna work. Trust me. You know, my girl, she's on beat with me, but it's still like, you know, moments. You dig? So that was number two. You know, we wanted to spend the summer together, and we did. We did. With this company that I'm with now, we spent the summer together. We ended up, she's from originally San Diego. We got our load going down there, and our load to be picked up from down there. And we spent But 3 days in San Diego, hung out, had a good time, made some burritos, Tijuana, you know, he hung out. Uh, and had a ball in Cali. Really like Cali, really like San Diego. That was my first time going to San Diego. Um, kind of remind me of Miami a little bit. Off topic. But, okay, number three. Um, the team vibe. The team vibe. Like, you know, I'm the type of person that I done slept in a room with 72 other people, open bay, open population. You did. So I done slept in two-man cells. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for calendars, right? So I mean, I don't have a problem with kind of like uh, adapting and adjusting and just but that wasn't something I really wanted to do. Like, that really just wasn't something I wanted to do. I really, me, I apologize to all this stuff on my windshield, y'all. As you can see, all this stuff is flying. But it wasn't something I wanted to do per se. Like, so that wasn't something. Yeah, I blew the horn. They wanted to hear the horn blow. Kids. So, but that wasn't something that I wanted to necessarily do. But Carolina Cargo gave me the opportunity to get some experience, on parole. They gave me an opportunity to get out here, get some experience, and so I did the team thing. But man, if you can get in a situation where you solo, man, sheesh, man, I'm talking about. It's a different career. It's a different vibe. To where you could just kind of like you could do more sakina, more Arabic word called sakina, more calmness, tranquility. I have family that's in different parts of the country. I'm able to stop in, pop up on them, and hang out. If I was with somebody, I couldn't necessarily do that. I gotta take them with me. Right now and that's another thing in this trucking game. Once you get your experience in, while you paying your dues, you want to get in a situation, if you're gonna be out here, that caters to your needs. Right now I got a refrigerator in the truck. Some of Carolina Cargo trucks have refrigerators. I think the automatics do. I got a refrigerator, put the microwave game down. I got the crock pot, the skillet in here, so I can kind of do me, and that's important to me, being able to do me, but starting out as a sweet meat rookie fresh out of school, as Trucker Brown be saying, I couldn't necessarily, get all the things that I wanted. I had to go the team route. And I'm going to tell you, that was a blessing too, because it's so much that I learned in trucking, running teams with Jim Crowder Trucks, the owner of Carolina Cargo, the owner of his trucks, man. I learned so much to where when I'm over here at my new company, I swear to you, it feels like I'm on vacation. My whole life is like a vacation. Like, it's just easier. It's just running a truck is easier, and it's more than just holding the steering wheel. Don't let this don't get it twisted and think that, oh, I just, I'm gonna get my CDL. I'm just gonna hold the steering wheel and make all this money. It's more to it than that. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more to it than that. It ain't rocket science, but it's a little more to it than just holding the steering wheel. Especially if you talking about making some money. So, but Jim Crowder, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 99, huh? Like my main man say, the grown folks channel. I'm gonna keep it 99. I feel more prepared after running for Carolina Cargo to running my own truck, as far as like getting a truck, actually getting my own truck. Like I feel much more confident in that. Like just some of the just the training that you go through, man. It ain't. I mean, man, like you running 5,000 miles a week over there. You know what I'm saying? You running. Like I'm a runner right now at this company right now. I'm not sure what the board looks like as far as the drivers, but I could pretty much almost I can almost guarantee that I'm probably one of the strongest drivers on this fleet. Especially, and I could even break it down a little more in my DM's fleet. I just being here, I can pretty much guarantee that I'm one of the more stronger drivers just from my experience over there at Carolina. Now if you go over there and you play around and you play these crackhead games and you don't get what you're supposed to get at that point on your journey, then it's gonna carry over. Your Rudy Putiness is gonna continue to stink along your journey in life. And I'm not bragging or boasting or nothing like that. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just telling you, like, my experience, what I took away from that particular moment in time, with, running for Jim Crowder. You dig? Like, that's all I'm telling you about, yeah, man. So that's my top 3. I can't really say nothing else, because really, to be honest with you, like I said, it was a benefit. It was a blessing, because when I was calling around fresh out of school, even before I got out of school, I was calling around different companies. I'm like, man, I'm about to graduate from school. I'm looking for a job. Brother Skippy, woo, woo, woo. Oh yeah, that's great. Going to submit your application, and yeah, we could bring you in on Sunday. So we could fly you in on Sunday, and you can start on Monday. You can start orientation, and but wait a minute, wait a minute. Also, I'm on parole too. With that effect, my high ability status, being that I'm on parole. You think y'all will still take me? Even though I gotta come report once a month, y'all will take me? And some of these companies, man, get the dial tone, man. Like, nah, player, we ain't on that. We ain't on that type of time. Hey, look, they snub their little nose at you, little booger nose at you. But Carolina Cargo, man, I picked up the phone. I called Brad, man, I'm on parole, man, and this and that. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. I called while I was still in school, and I talked to Brad, the recruiter, and I told Brad my situation, my real life situation, and he was like, "Okay, man, let's do this, man. Give me your probation, your parole officer's number, and I'm gonna give her a call, and I'm gonna send her over some stuff, and I'm gonna talk to her, and we're gonna get you, man." When I first got home, right? I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna back up a little bit. See, I gotta back up. See, I knew before I got out the joint, I knew what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I knew I needed to get out of here and get some money. You know, I'm used to a certain lifestyle. You know, I don't want to be no bum out here. That was always one of my worst fears in life, is to be a bum. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to be no bum. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just grew up in MIA, you know? Cocaine capital. You know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be one of my worst fears in life, man. I remember a time, man, I'm not even gonna get into that. I just, you know, I ain't want to, that wasn't something in my heart. As a kid, I used to talk to my inner self or talk to God, and I used to always tell myself, man, like, I don't want to be no bum. Like, so even when I was in the streets, you know, I wasn't bumming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't no slum dog. So I knew dang on well, you know, once I get out, man, I ain't trying to be no bum. So I got to be able to make a respectable living while I ain't throwing bricks at the chain gang. You know what I'm saying? So this truck driving thing is something that I looked at. I had a cousin. He used to drive trucks over the road, and we were around the same, man. You see all this stuff flying, man? Let me try to clean this up just a little bit. Yeah, I got a cousin. He drive trucks, and he used to drive trucks over the road. But he used to always tell me back in the day, like, man, let's get our own truck. Won't you invest with me and get a truck? And at the time, you know, I'm a young dude, you know, doing what the young dudes do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't thinking about no truck. I guess it's different for a city boy and a country boy, you know, who grew up around trucks and all that kind of stuff. But I ain't grew up around this kind of stuff, one. Two, you know, at the time, and it was a different time zone to where it just didn't appeal to me at the time, you know. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. But I used to think about this, man. I say, damn, if I would have invested my money I would have bought a truck with Cuzzo, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, I probably could have still been, you know what I'm saying, my truck would have been running while I was, you know what I'm saying, in the joint, and I could have still been eating, you know. I used to think about stuff like that, but also I thought about, you know, how can I make a respectable living with a menial education. You know, I don't have no, you know, I don't have that education, you know. And it's not to say that just because you got some education. I know some dudes that got college degrees that's out here driving trucks just like me, with all the student loan and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? I know some dudes just like that. That's just what it is. It's their reality. Like, they went to school and I thought they was doing something else in life, you know. But they like, I done ran into them, they like, yeah, man, I drive for such and such and such. You know, I got my own truck. and I do this and this and that. I pull that. So, and if you ain't, and the fact of the matter is, man, if you ain't going to school for something special, if you ain't specializing in nothing, you know, and you going to school for criminal justice and all this Rudy Putiness, you know what I'm saying? I make more money right now than my the people that was watching me, you know, quote unquote behind the fence. You know, they went to school, got a degree. Some of them went to, you know, some of them they didn't. Some of them did. They correction probation officers. You know, they went to school, got a degree. I make more money than them, and you know, they putting their life on the line. I'm putting my life on the line too in this thing also, but you know, yeah, no. Anyway, that's not why I was. That's not. I apologize. I'm off topic. You know, that wasn't the gist of this video. I just wanted to really just drop some insight onto why I decided to flip sides. And I'm gonna drop a next video and let you know where my new company's at, where I'm at, how I'm living out here. You know, and you can follow me on Instagram too, at Trucker Ab-du-llah. And on my Instagram pages, I have a lot of different a lot of different experiences. You know what I'm saying? I post up, and, you know what I'm saying? It's me, it's Trucker Ab-du-llah, on my chair, 10 toes down. And yeah, man, stay tuned too. You know, like I said, this channel right here, you know, I'm trying to build it, and like I said, I appreciate the like, and if you like the video, subscribe to my channel. Also, I'm gonna be dropping real content of my experiences and what's good out here and what ain't good out here. You know, it ain't all good. It ain't gonna never be all good. You know, you might see me in the club blinging, you know, this and this and that. See me on 36s, 32s, or whatever. Fresh, all these women, but you don't know about, you know, what it took to get that money. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, you know, about my partner, them, you know what I'm saying, who, you know, what I had to tell his mother when we buried him. You did? So, you don't never know people's real life situation, you know, just by looking at it, you know what I'm saying? So, that's something that I plan on doing, just giving it to you, man. Like, you know, man, it's not just a trucking channel. You know, I'm on some, I'm on that investment game, you know what I'm saying? I'm on that, you know? I'm on that. You know, I'm on that investment, you know, because we got to be investing in something out here, man. You out here trading your time, man. Especially you got a job, man. You trading your time. You know what I'm saying? You need to be, you know, setting yourself up for success down the line. You know, and you come from where I come from, man. You come from the struggle, man. Don't be out here asleep, chasing no, Rokeisha, Bonquisha. Don't be out here, you know, you chasing these, you know what I'm saying, these lot lizards, and, you know, you could have caught that thing in the hood. Don't come out here and catch that thing, you know. Come out here and get money, you know what I'm saying? But, so, anyway, off topic again. Just, like I said, subscribe to my channel. Those are the top 3 reasons why I left Carolina Cargo. 1, the logistics and commuting to and from the terminal. 2, you know, just, you know, choosing a company that has that suits my needs as an individual. 3, you know, the team effort. You know, I really want to feel in that. But I'm gonna tell you, um, I wasn't able to get to this point in the beginning on my journey. It's something I had to go through. I had to go through something to get here, and I'm going through something now to get somewhere else. So with that being said, don't let this. I'm not saying that Carolina Cargo is a bad company. You know, you gonna have to get it from the mud over there, but that's what you want to get over there is worth more. In this game right here is going to be worth more to you moving along on your journey. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be doing this trucking thing, you know, it's just going to be worth more to you. You know, I don't regret nothing. You know what I'm saying? I thankful. I appreciate Jim Crowder. You know what I'm saying? For the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate those people over there. You know, nice people, man. Nice people. You know, and you're going to read some horror stories and all this kind of stuff. Some of these are maybe even be true. You know, some of these horror stories may be true. But for me, I done been through so much in life to where, you know, I really can't, I can't say nothing bad, man. You know, I really, you know, could it have been better? Yeah, it could have been, you know, sweet. This company I'm with now, they got terminals across the country. I can wash my clothes at, and, you know, they got flat screens everywhere where you go. You know, all that good stuff, man. But this is one that at this point that I'm at right now in life isn't where I was at that point. So I had to go through what I had to go through to get to this point. You did? So into a nutshell, it was a stepping stone. You know, and that's how you gotta look at it going forward. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at no reviews, none of that there. You know, don't go into it with no negative attitude neither. You know what I'm saying? Think positive, man. Think, man, I need to get my experience so I can step on this next stone and put this next leg up, and, you know what I'm saying, keep it moving. You did get up the mountain, like, cause, man, shoot, you know, if you want to, and it's some dudes, and I also, one of my trainers, he was there, man, like, my trainer, our original trainer there, he was there like 3 years. This dude just bought a truck. You know, some people, I met some dudes there. They've been there like 5 years or whatnot. You can make really good money there. You know what I'm saying? Money isn't the issue. You can make the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to look at some of they started you off with or whatnot. I got another video on the salary, on the pay rate. You know what I'm saying? The pay scale. You know, you could look at that video right there. But you're going to hear about the numbers that they started you with. And, you know, don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. You know, don't let it fool you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all miles. Like, you can make some bread. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes over there, especially if you ain't got no kids, no wife, no girl. You know what I'm saying? And you just out here, you just got out the joint. You know, you in a situation. You're in a situation to where you done jammed up your license and won't no other company take you, you know, or, you know, you just really want to make some fast money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go over there and make some money, like, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, without a doubt. You know, but, you know, there's levels to this. There's levels to this, son. And that's a fact. There's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? You better level up when you able to level up. You know what I'm saying? You better be trying to develop out here and grow. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's the reason. That's the and the bottom line is that's what I was on from the beginning. If you go back to my first video when I was sitting on that park in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, till right now, that's what I've been on. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to develop. You know what I'm saying? Out here, you know, as a man, you know, mentally, spiritually, intellectually, financially, you know, I'm on that. I'm on that. You know, and I would suggest that you be on the same thing. If you watching this video all the way up to this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure that you one of those people. You know what I'm saying? So, but I ain't gonna. This video been long enough. Kind of like that riding vibe. So, you know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to all. And be safe. Be safe out there. All right. Peace and blessings.